Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zmore the Dad in DPS, and we're back once again with another episode of The Good, The Scrap and The Scrip, a series where I review the weapons I've found in Appalachia and see how well they put holes, or make holes, with freaks. Either way, today's weapon is no exception. Now before we get into that, don't forget to leave a like, a comment and subscribe, and if you'd like more content from me in the future, there is obviously my member join button down below the video, and you can click on that coffee link to help support the channel. So, let's see what crap I've cooked up today. We've all heard reports of the weapons of ass destruction. So today's weapon needs no introduction, so I won't. The end. No, I'm joking. Anyway, this is a two-shot, 25% less action point cost, and 50 limb damage. Hellstorm missile launcher. It is possibly one of the best variants that you can get of this weapon. Now, the reason I say that is because typically two-shot on an explosive weapon is absolutely insane, and this is going to be no exception. It's the best way to get the most damage out of this weapon. On top of that, the VATS action point cost means that it's a lot more usable in VATS. Now, what I would potentially prefer in that middle slot would be 25 damage while aiming, and obviously VATS crits. But, you know, you can't really predict what you're going to get with these weapons unless you're crafting them yourself. And I can't really be bothered crafting them because I'm not wanting to waste my time, because most of them will be absolute garbage. This one, on the other hand, I'm expecting to be quite good, but it could prove me wrong. Many weapons have in the past. So, let's dive in and see what the hell we get. So, with a weapon of this type, I like to keep it simple. And by simple I mean I like to go into a large group of easily killed enemies and see if I can kill them all off in relatively minor amounts of shots. Ghouls are the best target for this, and obviously if I get some legendaries out of it, the more's the better. I can also use my recon scope to target these buggers in a funky way, because apparently, I could be wrong. Maybe it doesn't work on this one because I don't think I've got a target in computer for it. I could be just barking up the wrong tree here. On the regular missile launcher, it does actually make for some entertaining results. But we'll just wake everybody up and see what happens. Wakey wakey eggs and bakey. Oh, you need to be really careful with ghouls because they are a massive pain in the tits when it comes to essentially killing me when I'm not expecting it. I'm just kind of trying to get them all into one area and then we will see what we do. Most of them are going to be lingering down here, so let's target. Oh, God damn it. Target the legs. There we go. And we'll just jump up here. There you're seeing. We're killing quite a lot of them in one shot. However, don't get me wrong, there are better explosive weapons in general. Manually aiming it, you're getting kind of the same level of effectiveness. With a large group of enemies like this, you are... Oh, heal up before it kills me. You are kind of having to do a lot of the legwork and kind of... Ooh, sneaking up on me. Separate your shots out, but it's effective. I mean, it's killing enemies. It's doing everything I need it to do. And missiles are one of these annoying sets of ammo that, while you don't use it that often, you do seem to acquire it an awful lot from random enemies. So there is that kind of upside of, it's a way to use my missile ammo without just throwing it away, which is kind of a big concern for me. Like, the amount of missile ammo I've thrown away over the longest period of time has been ridiculous. Overall, I think the grenade launcher still beats it hands down, but it's a fun little weapon to use and definitely something to play around with. And on top of that, in the near future, energy damages changes might affect it because it can have basically energy-based damage coming through it. but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Now, as usual, I'm only showing this build in order to show you guys what I'm currently using on it. This is not the best setup for this weapon. I could have power armor and stabilized, for example. So there is a better way to use this weapon. I'm just kind of showing you how it's doing with, you know, unoptimized stats. But I'm using most of the kind of things that are going to basically give it good damage. Either way, let's see what it does to the big targets. And we're back with Jeff. He is sleeping in his pond, and we are going to see what's crack-a-lacking and fire rockets into his legs. Now, unfortunately for Jeff, I don't particularly care for his sleeping. It's time to get up. Yeah, it kills him relatively quick. But I don't think I really get the full benefit of it. It's a very expensive way to use rockets. Either way, does the job. Alright, we're at the Queen, and I've gave myself more health, which means I'm not as mobile as I would like to be, but we'll see how this pans out. Hopefully we can kill her relatively quickly with this thing, without me wasting too much time and or ammo on well, anything. Freaking bad crab. Oh, Jesus Christ. She hunts me down like a freaking psychopath. We'll heal up, and we'll get into position, which is basically just me launching rockets at her from a distance at this moment in time. Now you're seeing it's killing her relatively quickly. It's just the setup I'm using isn't optimized. This thing is obviously breaking quite a bit as well, so you need to be really careful with that. Oh, I need to run, because repairing weapons mid-combat is never the easiest thing to do. Let's repair that, and then run again. Because again, you don't need to worry about the Queenie, you need to worry about her little boyfriends, which are the biggest pain in the bottom. Now, where'd she go? Or is she dead? Well, there she is. Hey Queenie, why have you got half your health back? There you go, she's dead. That did not go as planned. I swear to God she got health back there. I could be completely misremembering how much health she had. Either way, I don't think this is the best weapon, or rather, the best build to be using the weapon, the best character to be using the weapon. But at the same time, it kills her relatively effectively, and if you want to waste rockets, you know, have at it. I definitely don't think it's the weapon to use on her, though. I think there's much better guns, much better things to do, so I whispered. Now the question always falls to daily ops and, well, anything involving it. Now, missile launchers and daily ops. Unfortunately, I can safely say this is not the theatre to be using it. As you've seen, not really killing the enemy very quickly. On top of that, which you'll also see in a second, you don't really get your ammo back. And by you don't really get your ammo back, I mean you don't get your ammo back. It is nigh impossible for these guys to drop ammunition of the rocket variety. You just get random ammo. And as a result, not much point in you doing it. So you're much better off using other guns, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to pretend this gun was going to do amazing things in daily ops, really doesn't. Really does not. It is mediocre at best when it comes to this sort of thing. You're going to kill enemies, yeah. You're going to kill them relatively easily. But unfortunately, you're not going to make your ammo back. So if you're crafting ammo for this damn thing, it's expensive as all hell. And the only legitimate way to use this weapon, in my opinion, is to basically find ammo and just waste it on the enemies. Outside of that, I don't think there's any point in you having, and using this gun. Unfortunately, I think it should be used to get rid of your missile ammo in a fun way. Outside of that, I don't think there's much real reason to use it. And you might disagree with me there, but overall I think the Hellstorm, at least now, maybe next patch, at the moment it's just not really that great, sadly. So yeah, that was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel more, you can click that join link down below to become a YouTube member, and the coffee link to support the channel in a different way. Now, let's thank our YouTube members, which are Golty, Wyatt Blackburn, Wallers Me, Dealfane Gaming, Colin G, Brian RMC, Peggy McKnight, Matazbo, Devilman Games, Marcus Carrasco, Scott S, Bubba Doodle Mom, Ranger McSpriddle, and Anxiety Rangers. Your support is infinitely welcome, and I really appreciate all of you. And yeah, today's weapon, I'm always a little bit disappointed with this rocket launcher. It just never seems to do the explosive damage that other things do. Even like the regular missile launcher, I think, just surpasses it in a lot of different ways. And that could change with the energy update to how the damage is calculated in the next little while, but at the moment I feel very underwhelmed with it. And I've tried this weapon with different variants, and it always just comes back to it being very just poor, unfortunately. And that is what it is. Not every weapon is going to make me incredibly happy, and you guys might disagree, you might agree, but overall I feel a little bit disappointed. Either way, I'll catch you all next time in the Wasteland.